Guys, welcome back to the Human Condition. Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about another astrology video, my second video for the astrology segment. I thought it'd be cool to maybe do one of the moon signs, each moon sign, because I know the first astrology video was really long, so hopefully this one's not too long. But basically we'll be going over each moon sign in the upcoming astrology videos for the channel, the Human Condition. So this one we'll be talking about the first one, Aries, and there's 12 of them, 12 zodiac signs. So in this video we'll be talking about what does it mean to be an Aries moon. So basically, an Aries moon is someone who's passionate, has a lot of energy, independent, can sometimes come off as like a little bit of harsh sometimes, but they mean well. They're pretty cool people to be around. Most of my friends I have are Aries moons, so I like Aries moons. Pretty cool. Aries moons are passionate, like independent. And a lot of times I've noticed this could just be a coincidence, because you never know. It's just a theory. It might or might not be like 100%. And doesn't define everyone. They're obviously their sign or whatever, but there's like some weird coincidence between signs that I feel like. But it doesn't necessarily mean it's 100% like guaranteed that people are going to be the way just because they have their signs that way. Like, you don't really know for 100%. But one trait I do know in a lot of moon signs is a lot of famous people, and like a lot of not even just famous but powerful people have fiery moon signs. And I guess that could be like maybe just because potentially that fire is the one of passion. So a lot of these Aries moons, Leo's moons, and Sagittarius moons are like really top. They got that dog in them. They're like top dog wherever they go. Sometimes they can be harsh though, unintentionally, just because they don't realize like where they are, and they just, for an Aries especially, not the other like Leo or Sagittarius, they're the first sign of the zodiac. There's in my last video I talked about how they go 1 to 12 in emotional maturity, and they're 1, the very lowest, because they're really focused on pro-wise their goals, their passions. They're really passion people. Their comfort doesn't rely on anything else other than their passions. Whereas other signs like Taurus, comfort might come from their support group, their friends, their family, mainly their support group. Aries' comfort is in self, and comfort is in passion. So they're just comfortable just existing, which is pretty cool. So that's why sometimes they might have a hard time and come off a little brash occasionally, but they get along with a lot of other signs for the most part, especially earth signs, which is ironic because they're not really supposed to get along with earth signs. But weirdly enough, a lot of times fire signs, I've noticed, not all the times, but like they clash a lot. They because they're so serving, they kind of clash. Their egos sometimes can get in the way, especially with the moon signs. So they get along a lot of times, but there's always a competition to them. And if they're not getting along, it's because they're two very different people, and they're fiery. So it's like two Tauruses that don't get along will just be separate. They'll just go back to their respective groups, and they won't clash out as much. Because they're peace prone, Whereas the fire zodiacs might be more not afraid to get into a argument with someone, because they believe peace is okay and they support peace, but they're pieces that are not their top priority. They're pieces like the fire sign, especially Aries, is about it's like a cardinal sign, so it's initiator. It's like there's 4 cardinal signs, and Aries is one of them, and these are the signs that start things. And for Aries, the thing they start is their passions, or they're very self-initiative people. So they might sometimes clash a lot with people, but usually they'll get along with earth signs like Taurus, because Taurus want peace. Aries wants to do what they want to do. That was weird, but they want to do what they want to do. So they get along really well together. Some example, it's gonna be fun when we get to the Sagittarius moon, because there's a lot of people I can bring up that are one thing I noticed, again, it's just all hypothetical, right? It may or may not be true, but a lot of Sagittarius moons are really like people in like, or associated with people in like high places, like powerful people. And I guess that's because they're on the higher emotional. The only thing I can assume is because they're on the opposite emotional sector. Like they're on the 9 to 12, which is which is called, it's like universal. So these are all the signs that are really outgoing. So that kind of makes sense why they'd be people in high positions, because they're so outgoing. But they're very controversial people. Two Sagittarius moons are definitely gonna that are very different, are definitely gonna get heated debates probably, because they really are philosophical and like really believe what they believe. So they're like examples of like leaders of the world, whereas other signs that are higher emotional maturities, like 10, 11, and 12, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces might actually be the leaders of the world, but they're hidden behind the like person that appears to be the top dog, you know? So it's pretty cool to see how that kind of plays out. I've seen it a lot in different examples, like examples I can probably talk when we get to the Sagittarius moon about different types of Sagittarius moons, and like love them. A lot of people love them or hate them. So we'll talk about those people. But with Aries, honestly, I feel like I can't picture as a lot of it. I know there's a lot of celebrities with Aries moon, but I just can't picture a ton. They get in a lot of controversies too, because of sometimes they can be seen as angry, like sometimes. But a pro to them is they're not afraid to be themselves, and I think that's a key takeaway. So if I roasted this sign a little bit, the key takeaway, each sign has their pros and cons. The key takeaway from Aries is at least they know what they want and they know who they are, and they're not afraid to take it. So that's pretty respectable thing, you know? Other things I could talk about Aries. Aries, this moon in Aries, right, is the emotional state. So when you have Aries, like I said, their emotions will be fiery, passionate, sometimes impulsive, initiating what they want to do, you know, and that's their prime objective, especially since moon, and it correlates to sun. Moon is like the main, sun is like the outgoing layer, how you express yourself, but moon is like actually what you desire. So a sun in Aries would be different from a moon in Aries, because a sun in Aries would appear that way and express themselves like an Aries, but deep down they don't desire those things like an Aries, the same things, whereas an Aries moon would desire those things in an emotional level. And that's why these people are really driven. Like an Aries sun might appear to be really driven, and they are to an extent. They're not. It's not like deep in their bones like an Aries moon. So that's the difference between the sun, Aries sun. They will express themselves externally, but their actual goals will be based on their moon sign. And the ascendant sign, the top three, is how you appear to the world and how you act to achieve those goals. So that appears first, then your sun, and then your moon. It's kind of like a layer. Ascendant, sun, the moon. And it's ruled, each planet is ruled by sign. So to see what type of Aries moons, obviously there's like a lot of different planets to see what your actual personality is. You got tons of things. And obviously this doesn't, like the astrology just doesn't define you completely. There's just some coincidences in it. But to see what type of Aries moon you are, it's actually important to check. Each sign has like a ruler. So Aries ruler is Mars, the sign of passion, war, intimacy. One thing about Aries is like they're very, in relationships, they're very like, very like passionate. I guess I could say in a nice way, passionate, pretty lit, pretty passionate people. So that's what Mars is. It's passion, aggression, that dominant energy. So Aries in relationships, you can just picture that's probably what they are like, very passionate in like a positive way. And your moon sign in Aries, the really type of moon sign, to see what kind of Aries you are, you have to see what house your moon sign is, and that's something we'll talk about later. Houses come from the ascendant. There's 12 houses too, and each house correlates with each sign, and each sign represents a planet. So house, sign, and planet all tie together. So where your moon is placed is important to see what kind of moon sign person you are. Like Aries moon, but in this house, it will change what type of Aries moon you are. And then Aries moon, the planet rules Aries is Mars. Mars in, I don't know, like Taurus, that would definitely change what kind of Aries you are. You might be more of a peace-loving Aries, passionate but to find peace, you know, and then passionate to find peace, and then of course what house it's in will also define what type of Aries you are. So I hope this was informative. All right, my next video, I guess since it's like a cycle, you know, the human condition, we go, this was astrology, so probably another psychology segment. And I'm thinking about maybe doing a character analysis. I can't promise that in my next video, but if you guys want like a character analysis, psychology of like a TV show character or a video game character, I think that'd be a cool video. Maybe my next video, maybe not. We'll see. Yeah, I hope you found this video pretty informative about the Aries moon and like what their desires and their passion and what they really go for and what their real goal in life is, you know. So also I want to say thank you to people subscribing. I really appreciate it. I feel like my videos are starting to get more impressions, like I said in the last video. And I asked like if you guys like the thumbnails or not, and it seems like doing the natural thumbnails, which is kind of crazy to me. I didn't think it would work that way, but doing the natural thumbnails instead of like making my own thumbnails has seemed to do better. So I'll keep doing that because you guys seem to like it. Let me know down below if you like it or not. And let me know if you would like to see what my psychology video in the future, doing like a psychoanalysis of a certain character from a show or a video game, or multiple from different video games or shows. And that's pretty much it, I guess. So one else thing I was gonna say, in regards to the statement about the impressions, you know, and getting more people seeing it, which has been really nice. And thank you guys again for watching. Also, I think another concept I thought about doing to maybe like improve what you guys think and like if you guys like it more would be adding like little previews of something super out of pocket that I say later in the video, and then it doesn't make sense, and then you like maybe want to watch the video longer. So if you guys think I should add previews, like little like top corner, like it says preview, and then it's like something that doesn't make any sense, and then you're like, oh, I'll watch longer to figure it out. Let me know down below if you guys would like that, and I'll probably try it out for maybe a video or two if you guys let me know you like it or you guys seem to like it. But yeah, I think that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. Disclaimer, if I said anything controversial, I take it back. That's all videos. I'm sorry, I take it back. That hurt your feelings or whatever, I take it back. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.